Thursday Night Football, San Francisco 49ers hosting the Green Bay Packers. There is the long list of guys who will not be available for the home team.
Holy crap.
Injuries, the COVID-19 positive, Kendrick Bourne, and then the high-risk close contact protocol that has knocked out Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams. Just an amazing array of talent that will not be available to the 49ers. But, hey, they're going to play the game. And the Packers have injury issues as well and COVID issues. A.J. Dillon on the list. Jamal Williams, one of the close contacts. He's not available. Aaron Jones with the calf injury. He's questionable. He made the trip. I saw that Mike Garafolo of NFL Media said there is not optimism at this point that Jones will be able to go with that calf strain.
They shouldn't play him. They shouldn't. They just don't. It's okay. Don't risk bringing him back on a Thursday when he's not 100%, when he's your running back, and he's definitely one of the best players on your team. And the 49ers are, in Strugglesville right now. This, to me, would be the game where I'd go, you know what, Tyler Ervin, I'm blanking out on the other running back that's on the roster that's there. I would just go, this is what we're going to do. If we can't beat this damn team with all these players out without Aaron Jones, then we're not for real anyways. And I just wouldn't risk it to have them lose them, another 3 weeks or so to play tonight.
Yeah, they actually didn't have another tailback other than Irvin, but they had a guy in the practice squad.
Yeah, so they were going to bring up, right?
That I assume has been brought up.
Oh, yeah, Dexter Williams from Notre Dame. That's who it was, right? And I think that's what I read yesterday, that he was going to be in the rotation with Irvin. So we'll see, but I wouldn't risk it playing Aaron Jones again. I think that's a tough injury, especially for a running back when they plant that foot in the ground. And hey, they're a team they got their eyes on the Super Bowl. Keep the eye on the prize. Don't make it all about this week and right now, this second.
All right, PFT props time. Odds provided by PointsBet Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of NBC Sports. And let's start with the assumption that Nick Mullins will be the starting quarterback for the 49ers. Will he throw an interception, which is another way of saying over-under on interceptions for Mullins, 0.5.
Yeah, I'm going to say he throws an interception. Yes, I am. I know they'll rely heavily on the run game, but the way he played last time, all the injuries they have, I just don't think they're going to be able to sit there and just rely on the run game all game long. At some point, he's going to have to throw the football a little bit, and man, who the hell is he going to throw to? So that's where I just go, yes, he's going to throw an interception at some point during this game.
And let's make it even more interesting.
Right.
Over under 0.5 on interceptions thrown by Nick Mullins to a Packers player when there's no 49er receiver within 10 yards. Over under.
I hope we got past that. Hopefully he's learned that in the meantime since the Eagles football game, right? So, I mean, listen, I'll ask you. And I'm truly intrigued. I really am. I don't know. And, of course, I'm not in the building. I haven't talked to Kyle Shanahan in forever. I don't see the practices. I don't know that. But I don't know if I'd have the guts to start Nick Mullins tonight if I was the head coach of the team. That's just, and again, like I said, we don't see it. But what's your gut say about that?
Well, people assume it's Mullins because Mullins came in for Garoppolo last week. But Kyle Shanahan explained a few weeks back that once Garoppolo was healthy, they were going to make the decision each week between Mullins and Beathard based on the game plan and the matchup, not based on how the guys were performing. And he specifically said he doesn't want them to think there's a competition each week at practice. He doesn't want that extra stress on them. This is about matchups and game plan. So the fact that Mullins came in doesn't mean that Kyle Shanahan currently has Mullins ahead of Beathard on the depth chart.
Right.
So, we'll just see. Look, Mullins was horrible. Beathard really didn't get a chance to play all that much before Garoppolo came back. So I'd be more inclined to give Beathard a shot, but I'd be ready and willing to go to Mullins. And frankly, if they're that interchangeable, I'd get them both ready and maybe use them both. That may be my edge here to the extent that the Packers aren't fully ready for either guy. Make them deal with either guy.
Yeah, I mean,
make them deal with both guys.
I wouldn't be shocked if you saw both tonight. I wouldn't. I would be leaning towards C.J. Beathard too, just from this aspect. We saw Mullins last week. I would think we saw Mullins because he was the backup, and I bet you they thought they were going to have a little more success running, and then the boot game and things like that, movement, were going to be more of play, and that's why Mullins was the backup. Beathard has more of an ability to make plays with his arm as a drop-back passer. And, man, with these injuries and the running back issues and everything like that, I just can't imagine that the run game bootleg game is going to be able to carry them that way to where they're going to have to make some plays in the drop back pass game. And to me, just, again, in the limited we've seen, I think C.J. Beathard has a more explosive arm and is a little more capable of making things happen that way to where he might give them an advantage tonight. I'll be interested in where Shanahan goes with this one.
Let's flip it over to the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, over-under on the passing yards, 300. And remember, no Aaron Jones, quite possibly, no Jamal Williams, no A.J. Dillon, Tyler Irvin, and Dexter Williams, the options at tailback. They may have to throw it a lot, over-under 300.
Gosh, they're not a team, the 49ers, they're not easy to throw the ball on. But I think I'm going to have to, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to have to go for over 300 tonight. I don't feel real comfortable about that. But the one thing I would hope that Green Bay takes away from watching Seattle versus San Francisco last week more than anything is just going, wait, we don't always have to make things so complicated. A lot of the times it ends up man-to-man on the outside versus their receivers. It's either 3-deep zone or man-to-man. And last week, Russell Wilson and company just went, no, wait, our guy out there is better than your guy, and we're just going to, me and him, one-on-one, we're just going to beat you up that way. And I don't know why Rodgers and Davante Adams wouldn't do the same thing tonight. Now, the 49ers don't give up a ton of big plays. That's where I'm a little hesitant. But without maybe an Aaron Jones, I think the 49ers will be all over the run game. I'm going to go with Rodgers there, but I don't feel terribly comfortable with that. I think it's more realistic he run a 280, 270 type game. So I guess
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. I think I could see more
Davante
of that.
Adams.
Right.
Davante Adams. Most receiving yards for him or the field for the Green Bay Packers? I have a feeling this is an easy one for you.
I want to go him over
anyone in the game. Anyone.
I think that's what they're saying.
Either team, yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
well, there's nobody
still.
on. It still doesn't. There's nobody that's going to challenge him there. Yeah, I'm going to go with Davante Adams here. The only way I see it, and the 49ers aren't really one of these type of teams where they double people and do all of that. Maybe this is a week they do it without Aaron Jones in the game, and they realize, wow, Davante Adams is the guy, and we're not sure who the hell else is the guy because that's a rotating door on a weekly basis. But I'm still going to go with him because they feature him, and they always got creative ways to get him the ball.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.